How's it going, everyone? Mr. Leva here again with another video lecture. The essential question for this one's going to be, how do we diagram sentences? The topics are going to be subjects, predicates, helping verbs, and modifiers. Now, a few of these topics are things we've covered before, so if you're feeling a little bit confused, just feel free to go back and review some of the old videos to kind of get yourself up to date. Now, this is going to be part of a short little series on sentence diagramming. This one's going to cover the basics, and then we'll take things from there with the future videos. But for now, let's go ahead and get started with the basics. Now, again, we're going to be talking exclusively about diagramming sentences. Diagramming sentences gives us a way of visualizing sentence structure. Every sentence has at least two parts, a subject and a predicate. Now, the subject is the thing that the sentence is about, and again, the predicate is what that subject is doing, or at least in the sentences we're talking about today. Sentence diagrams help us show how these two parts, as well as any other parts of a sentence, fit and work together. We can start off by identifying the subject and predicate. So we have the subject and predicate here. On our diagram that we're going to be using as our example, we just put verb instead of predicate, so don't be confused. We then place the subject-predicate relationship on a straight horizontal line. So we drew that line right underneath the subject and its predicate, which is a verb, so we got verb there. We then separate the subject from the predicate with a short vertical line extending through the horizontal line, so just like that. So this is our basic sentence diagram where we have a subject and a predicate. So in other words, we have the person or thing that the sentence is about, and then we also have what they're doing. And this is how we diagram it, just like this. Now let's try diagramming a very simple sentence. We're going to use the example, Superman flies. We can start off by identifying the subject and the predicate. Our subject here is Superman. Our predicate is flies. We then place the subject-predicate relationship on a straight horizontal line, just like this. So we draw that line underneath it. Make sure you're doing this in your paper. We then separate the subject from the predicate with a short vertical line extending through the horizontal line, just like that. So make sure you draw that down. Now let's try diagramming a sentence containing a helping verb and a main verb. The helping verb here, it's the word is, stays with the main verb or predicate here. So Lois is running. So our main thing is that we're just going to keep is with running. So we're going to address them as one solid thing, is running. Because after all, the helping verb needs to help the main verb. So it needs to stay with it. So we're going to place the subject-predicate relationship on a straight horizontal line, just as we did before. And then we're going to separate the subject from the predicate with a short vertical line extending through the horizontal line, just like this. But we are keeping the helping verb with the main verb, just as it is right there. So always keep them together. Alright, next we're going to go ahead and look at these things called modifiers. Modifiers include articles, adjectives, and adverbs. Now by modifier I mean anything that alters or changes another word. They are placed on slanted lines under the words that they modify. Again, modifying meaning altering or change. Articles can be indefinite or definite. So indefinite as in a or an, or definite as in the. Let's go ahead and look at the sentence, the cape waves. In the sentence, the cape waves, our subject is cape, because that's the thing that we're talking about. And our predicate is waves, because that's what the cape is doing. Now, in the sentence, the cape waves, the subject cape is being modified by the word the. So we put on a little slanted line underneath it, just as you see it on the screen right now. An adjective describes a noun or a pronoun. Let's go ahead and look at the sentence, the red cape waves. Now again, our subject is cape, as it was before, and our predicate is still waves. Now we still have the article the there, and it's still modifying the word cape, so we have in our little slanted line underneath it. But on the other slanted line underneath cape, we have the word red. The reason why is because it's an adjective that is also modifying the word cape. So we have to have it on a slanted line coming off of it, just as you see on the screen right there. Now, whenever you're writing these example sentences out, make sure you're putting arrows where they need to be, so pointing out exactly what you're talking about on the particular sentence that you're using as an example at that time. Let's go ahead and look at one more example of these modifiers. It's for adverbs. An adverb describes a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. Let's look at the sentence. The cape is waving wildly. Now we have the subject cape again, but then we have the predicate here is waving. So we have a helping verb and a main verb, and just as we said before, our helping verb stays with our main verb. We have an article that's modifying the word cape, so we put on a slanted line coming off of it. That article is the, so the cape, you see it right there. Now we also have an adverb, and it's modifying our helping verb and verb here. In particular, it's modifying our verb. So we have it slanted coming off of is waving, just as you see it on the screen right there. Now, that's going to be all that we cover in terms of content on this particular set of Cornell notes. But we're going to wrap things up with these, with a few more examples or practices that you're going to be doing on your own. So on your Cornell notes, you're going to be diagramming these 5 sentences. Clark changes, Superman is flying, the villain plotted secretly, an old man was kidnapped, and the evil plan was quickly foiled. Go ahead and write these examples down into your notes and diagram them all out in your notes, and make sure that you're turning your notes in at the end of the week on Friday. Also, if you have any questions, make sure you talk to me in class, during lunch, or right after school. You could also email me, timothy.leba2@aps.edu. And that's going to wrap it up for this week. Again, make sure you're getting these examples down and done in your Cornell notes themselves. Have a good one. Bye.